Okay, Gran Turismo and sim racing fans, you've seen the hype. This is the official direct drive wheel for PlayStation, the Fanatec GT DD Pro. And it promises to be the ultimate force feedback upgrade for your PS5 or PC rig. But here's what surprised me after months of daily use. This wheelbase has some serious fundamental flaws that nobody is talking about. Therefore, before you spend $800, you need to see this honest review of the real-world problems I encountered. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's be clear, getting a direct drive wheel for your PlayStation is a massive upgrade over a gear or belt-driven Logitech or Thrustmaster. It's like going from a go-kart to a real race car. The detail is incredible. But this review is not for the person who's already decided they want this specific wheel. This is for the person who's about to drop a serious chunk of change and needs to know what they're really getting into. Therefore, I'm going to deep dive into three major problem areas. The build quality compromises the confusing and costly ecosystem, and the silent deal breaker that might make you regret your purchase. First, the unboxing experience feels premium. The wheelbase is solid aluminum. It has a nice heft, and the included GT wheel looks fantastic. Those rev lights are pure gaming theater. But immediately, you feel the cost cutting. The plastic end caps on the wheelbase feel hollow and cheap, like they belong on a toy, not an $800 piece of sim hardware. And the included CSL2 pedal set there basically an afterthought. They're all plastic, with a pathetic brake feel. It's like trying to learn ballet in galoshes. You need to budget another $200 for the load cell brake kit immediately. Therefore, your initial $800 investment is actually a $1,000 starter pack. Welcome to the Fanatec ecosystem, where the price on the box is just the entry fee. Let's talk about that glorious direct drive force feedback at 5 Newton meters. It's smooth, detailed, and light years ahead of a G29. You can feel every curb strip and loss of traction in GT7. But here's problem number one. The default 5 Nm force is frankly weak for a direct drive base. It's good for beginners, but most enthusiasts will crave more punch. Therefore, you need the Boost Kit 180 to unlock the full 8 Newton meters, an extra $150. For what is essentially a different power supply. A move so cheeky it makes airlines charging for carry-on bags look charitable. And even at 8 Nm, while it's strong, you'll hear the motor groan and clip during heavy impacts. It's not the silent, smooth experience promised in the marketing videos. It sounds like a depressed robot clearing its throat. The wheel itself, designed by Polyphony Digital, is a mixed bag. The OLED screen is cool for showing gears, and the 4 directional sticks are genius for adjusting settings mid-race in GT7. But the rubber grip gets slippery with sweat during long sessions, and the overall button feel is mushy. Compare it to a Club Sport wheel, and it's night and day, a bit like comparing a fast food burger to a steakhouse. Ribeye, they're both food, but one is clearly premium. Therefore, you might think, okay, I'll just buy a nicer Fanatec wheel later, which brings us to problem number 2. The QR2 Lite Quick Release. This thing is the Achilles heel of the entire system. It's made of plastic and has noticeable flex under heavy force feedback. You can see and feel the wheel wobble on the base. For a system built on fidelity and detail, this plastic connection introduces dead zone and vagueness, a literal weak link in the signal chain. But Fanatec will gladly sell you the metal QR2 Quick Release for an extra $100 per wheel and per base side. So to fix their design choice, you need to spend another $200 minimum. It's a masterpiece of monetization. They sell you the problem and then the solution separately. Now for the silent deal breaker, problem number 3. The PlayStation compatibility is its greatest feature and its biggest flaw. This wheel works seamlessly with PS5 and PS4 and PC. It's a true multi-platform base, which is fantastic. But because it's a licensed PlayStation product, the wheelbase has to handle all the security handshakes. This means when you use it on a PC, you are stuck using Fanatec software, which is notoriously clunky and outdated. Therefore, if you're primarily a PC sim racer, you are buying into a walled garden. There are better pure PC direct drive options at this price point, like a Simagic or Moza, that offer more torque, simpler software, and metal quick releases standard. But you're here for the PlayStation compatibility, right? So let's talk about reliability, because this is where my biggest headache came from. After about 3 months of use, I started getting intermittent disconnects mid-race. The screen on the wheel would freeze, the force feedback would cut out for a second, which is terrifying when you're braking for a corner. I spent hours troubleshooting, swapping cables, updating firmware, you name it. It turns out a known issue is the RJ12 cable connection from the pedals to the wheelbase. It's a fragile proprietary connector that loathes being moved. So if you plan to mount this on a rig and never touch it, you might be fine. But if you need to adjust anything, consider it a potential point of failure. It's the sim racing equivalent of a check engine light that comes on only when the mechanic isn't looking. Let's quickly touch on setup. The table clamp is surprisingly robust for what it is, but this base at 8 Nm will shake any desk not bolted to the floor. You really need a proper rig. And the software setup, while functional on PlayStation, is a maze of settings on PC. You'll be diving into forums to find the right force feedback tuning files for games like Assetto Corsa. It's not plug and play, it's plug and pray you downloaded the right driver from 2018. So after all these problems, would I still recommend the Fanatec GT DD Pro? The answer is conditional, therefore here is the resolution. If you are a dedicated PlayStation, Gran Turismo player who wants the absolute best plug-and-play direct drive experience, and you are willing to accept the entry price, is just the beginning, you will likely be happy. You'll need to budget for the boost kit to 8 Nm and seriously consider the load cell brake pedal upgrade and maybe even the metal QR2. But if you are a PC sim racer first, or you value build quality and a complete package out of the box look at the competition, you can get more for your money elsewhere. For the PlayStation diehard, this is unfortunately your only real direct drive option. It's a monopoly, and it shows in the cost cutting and the add-on pricing. It's a great wheelbase hampered by frustrating compromises. It's like dating a supermodel who is amazing to look at, but has a really annoying laugh. Eventually, you notice it more than the beauty. In the end, the Fanatec GT DD Pro delivers on its core promise. It brings high-fidelity direct drive force feedback to the PlayStation ecosystem. But the path to a satisfying experience is paved with extra purchases and overlooked flaws that Fanatec doesn't highlight in their marketing. Therefore, my final advice is go in with your eyes wide open. Know that the ecosystem is designed to upsell you, and hope you get a unit with no connection gremlins. For the absolute best price available right now on Amazon, check the link in the description below.